episode 3 of the show with Ryan Eldridge from Maine Cabin Masters. Welcome and thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's very exciting.
Yeah, so I guess the first question is, before the show, what were you up to?
Before the show, it seems like so long ago.
You're local, right?
Yeah, so I live in West Gardner, Ashley and I. Yeah. Before the show, I was doing carpentry with Dixie and Jedi on the side.
Yeah.
I owned a fence company for like 15 years with a buddy. So we sold and installed fences for a long time.
Yeah.
And then, him and I broke off, and then we slowly, doing decks and garages, because I love decks and garages. No sheetrock, no finish work, and no subs.
Right.
So we were having fun doing that. And then Ashley and I started dating, and Chase approached me about doing a hybrid timber frame.
Right.
So him and I, we worked on this. I brought my crew and his crew out to Wayne. We did a hybrid timber frame where we framed it up with 2x6 dimensional lumber. And then we spray foamed it.
Right.
Had all our wires run and stuff like that, and then we built the timber frame inside that, which is pretty cool. Gave it a huge. This family was really concerned with the R value and insulation, and they didn't want any glues or adhesives or anything.
That was back before it was all cool too.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
When did you meet her? Like, how old were you when you met Ashley?
So I'd known Ashley for a long time. She owned a shop down in Hallwell, and her and I became friends. Maybe 2002 or 3, right when I moved back from Steamboat.
You're out in Colorado.
Yeah, I was out in Colorado for a little bit and moved back and lived down in Bar Harbor for a long time, being a bartender.
Yeah.
Yeah. So carpentry is actually like my second thing. I went to school to be an English teacher.
Really?
Yeah, I went to Humane Farmington.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Never used that because I was always bartending. So I bartended at the shipyard. Then I'd go down to Bar Harbor and work there.
So you're probably out in Colorado bartending, snowboarding?
Yeah, snowboarding a lot.
Yeah. Living the life.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, I went to Gardner High School. In Gardner, there's no ski team. We didn't have a lot of money back then. But Coney had a ski team out Mount Vernon, all these other places. I didn't learn how to ski till I was 21 years old. I got 3 credits at Farmington for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I was
cool.
a horrible skier.
I went first time last year.
It's fun though, isn't it?
I went snowboarding.
I was going to say, are you still skiing? Or are you
I still snowboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it changed my life. I just loved it. Just being outside in the winter.
The feeling of going down the hill, there's nothing like it.
No, nothing like it. And I mean, who doesn't love skiers? It's great people, laid back.
That's
why Sugarloaf. That's why I love Sugarloaf.
Yeah. And then
so
you can
laid
travel. It's it was awesome.
Yeah.
It opened my eyes up to a lot of things.
But you were doing it in Colorado, so the mountains out there are
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
unbelievable.
But if you can ski Sugarloaf, you can pretty much
Really?
ski anywhere. I feel like you can.
Yeah.
That's good to know, because that was my... he threw me to the wolves the first time.
You loved it though.
I had a good time. I was a little nervous at first, but he was like, hey, let's just go up this. Kind of made not a big deal out of it. And, I kind of got talking to people, and they're like, you shouldn't have been there. But I did fine. I felt like I did good. And then we go and buy a brand new snowboard.
That week.
It's a commitment.
That week.
Yeah.
The first week.
I went and bought it immediately. I didn't factor in, new board. I was using a rental. Things are going to be quicker. It was kind of the second time I went, it was kind of rainy-ish. So the mountain was I got up, he forgot something at the car. I went up by myself.
Super quad.
Didn't know where I was going.
Yeah.
I just went. And with that new board, I turned it down the hill, and I'm like, oh no. This is a different animal.
I feel like the evolution, snowboarding, the learning curve is more progressive. When I was skiing, I would go and I'd plateau,
Yeah.
and then maybe digress a little bit. But snowboarding is just the time spent. You have that, 7 to 10 days where you're catching edges and you're knocking the wind out of yourself, and I mean it hurts.
See, he did not do that bad.
Oh, you skipped.
I hit
that.
a jump first day.
Yeah. He did not do that bad. My first day.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think I
quit.
I think I fell one time the first day, and it was it was really nice. He said it was one of the best days because it was powdery, soft. I could probably get away with a little more. Second day, I couldn't get away with anything. I felt when you would screw up. I didn't really do it except for at the end when I feet fell out from underneath me and I landed on ice on my tailbone.
Well, you tried to take a rail.
Yeah. And I looked at him and I said, I'm done.
Well, I think part of it's when when you catch that edge the first time, then it's in the back of your head, so you're nervous. You're not just loose and laid back.
Right.
Yeah, you didn't have any of that the first day, which was awesome.
Yeah, I had a
cool to
blast.
see.
I went in, but the way I am is I watched videos on it all week.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Probably at least 80 to 90 hours before we went. I was like up all night, and my wife is like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "This is what I do. I want to be ready." You know what I mean? So I went, and I was kind of like in my mind, I visualized what I would do, and I just tried that. And the biggest unknown was getting off the lift.
Right.
There's no how-to on YouTube on how to get off the ski lift.
I'm surprised there isn't. There's a how-to of everything.
There probably is. I mean, there probably is somewhere.
Well, the problem with the lift is there's an audience there. You know, if you're in the middle of the woods and you're falling or on a trail,
No one knows.
but then there's everyone's there, so you're like right on the front.
Yeah.
You know,
You know,
right on the front.
you know,
page.
And
honestly,
you got one foot strapped in, so you're not
Right.
really.
You know what's the worst thing about skiing and snowboarding is you go and you suck and you see this and then you see a 5-year-old.
ripping it out,
Dude.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
they don't even touch
I'm like,
the brakes.
you know, you just see this kid with no poles blow by you and you're like, this kid could barely walk a year ago.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
Yeah, well, he's made of rubber, so.
Right.
That's true. No
They
fear.
don't fall as far, and they bend.
Yeah.
But I do feel like that's how I got better, is going with people that were better than me and trying to keep up.
For sure.
Right.
You know?
Right. For sure. Yeah. And then like little nuances he'd tell me, like, do this, don't do this, stay away from this. And it's just crazy how many people can be on the mountain and not collide.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of watching, and you see a new person, you know, hobbly, and you're like, all right, stay away. That person's dangerous. Stay
Yeah,
with it.
beeline away.
People would stay away from me. They could tell, like, yeah, that guy,
Yeah, he's getting a little flaily out of
flight risk over there. You know, but that's cool. Yeah. So, out in Colorado, came back, met Ashley.
Yeah.
And then you and Chase did that building, and did it kind of take off from there?
Yeah, Chase, we did. So we're doing that building, and it's like 2014. It was a really, really snowy year, and it was cold. Like we had to be all, you know, we came up with all these ideas to like, so we could keep working because we had, you know, deadlines.
Yeah.
So we'd actually like take the stuff you put on your eaves that to melt the ice. We'd wrap our air hoses in it, you know, and it just so that, you know, the moisture, keep the moisture of it, and it worked. Like our work trailer, we kept the trailer, the door down, built doors in it, you know, kept heat in there, and we'd bring crock pots in. So every other day we'd have a crock pot cook off. So it would rotate. But I remember some days it was so cold that you'd have to take like layers of clothes just to get anything to cook.
Wow.
And you probably just were broke at this point, right?
Oh yeah,
Just nothing.
yeah. We were broke, and we all had big beards and like just layers of stuff. And Chase comes in one day, he's like, "Oh, you guys want to be on TV?" We're like, "Yeah, sure. We up." You know, we thought he was just pulling our leg.
Duh.
So we didn't think much of it. Comes in a couple of days later, like, "Oh, we got a Skype interview." We're like, we didn't know what Skype was. Like, what's that? You know, we had type a
beer?
resume. Yeah. So we go into his little apartment in Augusta. You know, we've been working all day.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so cold. You know, in the winter, like we're always like going about 8 or 9, and then just work, because if you go in for lunch, you're done.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
Yeah.
So like, you know, if you get 5 or 6 good hours in,
Yeah.
call it good.
Right.
So we go in, we do a Skype interview with this girl, Cole. Like I said, we're middle of winter, so we're all big beards and just tons of clothes on. And, you know, I could tell she loved us and our accents. And so we went through all this stuff. She's like, "Oh, maybe we'll call you back." Didn't think much of it. Fast forward a couple months. Yeah, we want to try this pilot we have an idea of. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. So we're like, we still didn't believe it. You know, Chase had been talking to this one girl. That's all we did. So we're going to the Allagash, which you guys know the Allagash. I mean, it's a commitment to go up there.
Big time.
You know, we had to bring a cook, all our gas, all our tools, all our supplies for 3 weeks. And we went in March, and I remember driving to Bangor. I'm like supposed to meet him in this hotel, and we never even met anyone in person. You know, we thought we were actually getting punked.
Where were they from?
They're all it's Dorsey Productions. They're out of Denver, Colorado.
So you're taking these people that know nothing about the Allagash,
Nope.
and you know the risk.
Right? Oh yeah.
Is it one? Are you bringing one? Or are you
No,
bringing?
there's like 16 of them. It's tons.
Okay.
There was
Okay.
like A camera, B camera, line production, sound person.
So there's no way something doesn't get.
Oh
messed up.
yeah. I mean, yeah, one drone operator. That's all they did was operate the drone.
Yeah.
So we get up there, and we had a convoy, like 5 or 6 trucks, it was freighted. And so Chase runs in, he comes out, he's all wide-eyed, he goes, "Yeah, this is for real." He couldn't even talk. He's like, "You wouldn't have believed it. There was a room with just like cameras, all this gear everywhere." He's like,
Damn.
And he the first time he got nervous because we didn't really think it was real.
Right.
So we meet all these people, and we're responsible for them to go in the Allagash.
It's terrifying.
In winter. Oh yeah. So we get driving, and by then it's late. So we get, I think it's Ashley's, I think the name of the town. And we start, okay, now you're leaving tarred roads, and we start driving, and the sun goes down, and it starts snowing.
Gets cold.
And we had to call someone actually before and have them bring a skidder to plow out the road.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Welcome to Maine.
Oh, yeah. And when we got there, it wasn't plowed, so, I mean, there was no turning around.
No.
We fought our way in, and we made it, and, the rest is history. Like, we lived, we survived, the cabin came out awesome.
That's awesome.
But we never, it was on a whim, and, like, we never ever...
Were they like city people, or were they kind of prepared for this kind of thing? Troopers?
I'm very impressed with them.
Yeah.
This is what I tell people. Like, the first time I saw them, I thought we were making a rap video. They all show up in, like, puffy, like, black clothes, down jackets. You know how that look they have?
Yeah. P. Diddy.
The Timberland, like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on? But they're used to working outside.
Okay.
The 12 hours a day. So, in that industry, they're all union. So, you work a 12-hour day.
Right.
So, they start the day, they pack the gear up. We get a call sheet. So, the day before it tells you what time the call is, where we're meeting, how the day is going to go, what camera's going where, and whatnot. And I mean, I've seen these guys work in the freezing cold, hot sun. They're used to it. That's what they do. I'm very impressed with how tough they are.
They just suck it up, and because it's probably like a game between them. They want to be the one with that 6 shot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's probably what it turns into.
They put in thousands of hours for that one shot.
Right. Right.
And to my mind says, like, I couldn't. To me, it's boring, but they love it. Like, there's no downtime. Like, if we're working on it, they're filming something, they'll have like a camera set up on like a tripod or on like a pulley system.
Yeah.
To do time lapses. They're always trying to get that extra shot.
And they learn it and they know, and like, some of them are probably just trying some of it out for the first time. Like, hey, let's just try this and see if this works, and then it comes out sick, and then they're like, yeah, we're gonna do that from now on or whatever.
Oh, totally. I want the new technology.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen drone crashes like you read about, like drones smashing all over the time, and they're not cheap.
No.
And they all gonna have the best, newest drone.
Yeah. And they got a $1,000 camera strap.
Oh yeah, big time. And then there's another camera called the Ronin. So the Ronin, you hold it like this, and it has a gyroscope. So if you fall, trip, the Ronin stays. It's like almost like the motor that's in a Segway.
Really?
And the guy that run the Ronin, your size, but his forearms, I mean, he is just jacked.
Right.
I mean, it's a lot of work. Those cameras are like heavy. And
Yeah.
pretty
And
impressive.
12-hour day.
Oh yeah.
No
And-
joke.
So last year they lost they lost a drone right in the fall
Yeah.
in a lake, froze over. A diver went back and got it the next spring. Gets it all the way to the surface, drops it again. Has to go back and get it, but the footage worked.
Oh,
No
wow.
way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's good advertisement.
Yep.
You should have.
Did the drone work too? Or was the drone?
The drone was dead.
No
was
way.
dead, all
Right.
right.
But they love like if we can break GoPros, smash GoPros.
Yeah.
So we could go through a lot of GoPros.
I bet you do. I bet you do. That camp in the Allagash, did you guys have power?
No power.
Nope.
Nope.
So how'd they do that with the batteries?
Generators.
Oh yeah, all the
Yeah.
generators. Did the generator ever fry anything? Like, so I know some of that equipment's sensitive.
I don't like having my DeWalt batteries on a generator.
Right.
It's just not the same.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll try to use inverters if we can, but it's just different power. We set up some stuff for solar,
Right.
and that works kind of good, but it's just not as good as plugging in the wall.
Yeah. Of course.
But now since then, now we have table saws that are battery operated, chop saws,
Yeah, everything's
everything.
almost now.
Our
like-
laser levels,
Yeah, that's so.
chainsaws.
That's such.
It's
a,
crazy.
Yeah, that's a huge advantage for you
Yeah.
guys. So did it just take off from there? Was that like they shot that and it was
so
like
that was the pilot,
Yeah.
and we're like that was the big leagues.
Right.
We wrote it off as that was fun. We got to say we did that,
as you try out?
and they didn't pick it up because there's a lot of other good shows at that time. And looking back on it, thankfully they didn't, because it was so much work.
Right.
Now looking at the format now is, we get to go home most of the time. We stay in bed. We can drive to the job site. We don't have to go sleep at the job site.
Right.
Yeah.
So they didn't pick it up. We thought that was that.
Yeah.
And then that fall they called us like, listen, we love you guys. You guys have great camaraderie.
Yeah.
Let's try something else. And that's when we did the Daggett camp in Vassaboro.
Okay.
And that was a pilot. That took off and for season 1.
Right.
So we got season 1. But hardest part is we never know. Every year, like, you don't know if it's going to go ahead.
Right.
So it kind of takes over your life and consumes it. So, maybe we'll get season 2. And then we're doing all this social media stuff and trying to get people to watch it. And, season 2 took off. And then season 2 and 3 kind of rolled into each other.
Mm-hmm.
And season 4 was like, yeah, we don't quite know. But now we're on season 5, and with the whole Corona thing, we were supposed to move to HGTV.
Right.
But everything's got pushed back a little bit. So now it's looking like we're going to go back to DIY for
Right.
10 episodes this summer.
Yeah.
Which we're happy with. You know, relaxing summer, like not on the run all the time.
Yeah,
kinda
cruise
stay close to
control,
home.
feel things out,
Yeah.
and then, you know, maybe make another.
Well, yeah, you know, do 10 this year and get pushed for a good run.
Right. So, is there any like these camps? I'm guessing they're everywhere. I'm guessing people are just submitting.
There's no shortages.
And so you guys go out and scout? Is that what you do?
So we lucked out. We picked the perfect niche. So we have an application process. People get on our website.
Yeah.
Get on the production company's website. Fill out the application.
Right.
They come in nonstop. And we used to say we're accepting applications, but now they just come in no matter what.
Yeah, too bad.
I mean, people will find my personal email somehow. You know, I don't know how people send them to our house in the mail. Like, people find everything. It's so
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So someone sends us an application, we look at it, and we're like, yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then what we do, we find out where we're going to go.
Yeah.
Like, we do a lot around here in central Maine.
Right.
You know, we're going to do half of them around here.
Yeah.
But the other thing was, like, to do them in clusters. So let's say we go up to, like, we had a couple in Oakland. Get a couple like, that are close to each other, because, you know, I'm always bouncing around the crews if they don't have something.
Right.
So always trying to find them, like, close to each other. Like, one year we did Rangeley, so we had Phillips, Strong,
Right.
2 in Rangeley.
Yeah.
You know, last year we did Greenville.
Yeah.
We had Bridgeton. So just kind of like, so if we chase or I leave Augusta, we can kind of drive in the same direction,
Yeah.
hit them all up.
That's pretty cool.
That makes sense. Is there like a favorite spot in the state, or is it just kind of all different, its own thing?
Well, I mean, I love Cobbessy, you know, growing up on Cobbessy.
Yeah, me too.
And being close, but, you know, Rangeley was awesome. Like we were saying earlier, Maine has so many cool spots. Maine is one of the most diverse, economically, you know, with the people too, you know, and statistically, it's just so different everywhere you go.
Yeah, everywhere.
The tough part about Maine is, like, I feel like you just can't come here and stumble across these places. You need to find a dude that's kind of done what you've done and just be like, what do you want to see? All right, go here, here, and here. Because if you look it up, I mean, it's like, go to Acadia, you know, go to the beach. It will look cool. You know what I mean? All these other little spots, and maybe it's just because we're from here, we think it's cool. I don't know, but
You're totally right.
you know, it's just like,
A lot of hidden gems.
Yeah, well, that's the question we get. Like, where should I go? And everyone's like, Bar Harbor. You know, you gotta go to Bar Harbor. Like, yeah, it's the national parks there. It's gorgeous, but it's so much. You gotta spend time on the coast.
yeah,
But I mean, if you're a beer lover or a food lover, I mean, Portland, the food scene is top notch. The same in the world. Like, I think Portland got rated top in the world. You got to go to Portland, but then you got to come to, like, central Maine, like these little towns. Like,
Hollowell for an afternoon.
Yeah, Hollowell's a hidden gem.
Yeah, I mean, Augusta's getting there.
Augusta's like coming around, but
It's impressive.
Even these little lakes and stuff. And then you got to go up north and like get
Greenville.
lost and drive. Drive on a back road.
Yeah.
You know, for 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, make sure you get a good rental with 10 plies. So
Yeah, you know what I love. So the one thing I love is driving in the middle of nowhere and coming to a 4-way intersection on dirt roads.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty just like, where do you see that?
you just
you know.
go up on the Golden Road, and you could just like, how far do you want to drive?
Right.
Just go. I mean, you can just. It's so much unknown.
And even the county's beautiful. You know, I don't spend enough time up there, but you know, that's such a cool spot. It's so different. You know, it's such an influence from Canada.
Right.
And the people are different. Like, you could spend months in Maine.
Yeah. Oh, totally. And then, you know, the different people. As you go you get the fishermen, and you know, you get the potato farmer guys, and then the main guides, and I feel like everybody in their own little sector is just like a little bit of flavor, but I feel like people in Maine have to work so hard to get it that it's like that they're really, really good.
The demographics are, you know, just amazing how different they are. Like, as we've been traveling, like, I didn't spend much time in Bridgeton, but you know, we were there. And Bridgeton to me was like, you know, blue collar, hard working, but more like the Florida crowd.
Right.
You know, like going out like Jimmy Buffettville.
Yeah.
You know, and then you go to Rangeley. Rangeley's more like white collar. You know, but they're still hunting and stuff. Like, you know, different demographics. You see people
cleaner,
but cleaner, but
Yeah.
from different demographics doing things you know you might not think they normally
They would ever do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the diversity in Maine is like people personality thing is it's crazy because I have friends that come up and they're like, Maine people are not nice. I said, well, are they not nice or are they direct? You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of Maine people would be like, why are you asking me that?
Right.
And then you need to maybe think, why are you asking him that? Because a lot of Maine people are like that. You know what I mean? They're in Maine, you're either taking it easy or you're in a rush for no reason type of thing.
Well, it's no nonsense, no BS.
I was gonna say,
right?
They don't beat around the bush.
With everything going on in the world, I feel like so lucky to be here.
Oh, totally.
We are sheltered in a way, and sometimes it's good and bad from that, but it's a good place to be. We are sheltered in a good way.
Yeah.
Everyone's straightforward. Everyone's respectful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to be. It's one of those things I feel like when it's like, yeah, we kind of get bitchy a little bit during the summertime, but we all know winter's coming and we all have to survive it. I mean, it's serious. You know what I mean?
That's what it is. It's the seasons.
It's the winter,
Yeah,
You see everybody.
Well, and everyone knows everybody.
True.
So you can't like play games with one person. It's not going to get to the next person.
Right.
They're going to hear about it. Everyone's going to figure it out.
It all catches up. You don't burn bridges in Maine.
No.
You
It'll come
always
back
leave
to
the door
bite
wide open. I mean, you have disagreements. You talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to because you're going to run into them.
I'm going to see him at Mulligan's in the morning.
Right. You're gonna need something at some point, or they need something.
Yeah, and it's like first snowstorm, 2 feet. You see the lady shoveling her driveway, and you have a plow in your truck.
Yeah.
It's just a main thing. You're gonna go plow that driveway out. I mean, it's just one of those things like you feel for her.
I was talking to somebody, and we were having kind of conversation along these lines, and like their neighbors, they don't even know their neighbors, like in these towns, like
Right.
in these cul-de-sacs. And
Yeah.
it's just weird to me.
It feels
Like on my
that's
road,
not mean.
these people, Melissa and Mike, I saw that. I don't know them very well, but we're neighborly and
Yeah.
see them, and I could see they had a deck half built. Well, right now, this crazy world, you can't buy press treated anywhere. You just can't find press treated, and I knew exactly why. So I just found her number from a friend. I was like, hey, I got some press treated left over from another job, and it made her day. But for a person, seeing that deck half done, I couldn't live like that. And then knowing you have
neighbor,
it, and then she's like, oh well, you guys eat greens. Like her garden's overflowing, so now she's been throwing us garden stuff. So
Perfect.
That's a main thing.
It's a main thing.
It's a main. Like I feel like Maine, like it's probably throughout the United States, but we know Maine. I feel like Maine is trade central. Like I don't want to exchange. I don't want to exchange cash with you if I don't have to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like what can we do? You know what I mean? I feel like that's how it is here.
I've been seeing that more and more, especially with everything that's going on. And
Yeah.
people we've been working with at our shop is like, if you want to barter, we'll barter. Like that's the way it used
That's
to
so
be.
cool. That's so cool.
It
So
makes sense.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
So with the new spot, like tell me a little bit about that. Like what are you guys doing there? I haven't even been in. I need to get the grand tour.
So the new shop is at 915 Western Avenue, right down the road from you guys.
Yep.
Beautiful Manchester, Maine. We started out as a retail shop.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of our stuff, t-shirts, pint glasses, stuff like that. But a lot of the arts and crafts from people we've worked with, craftsmen. Like we have sea bags.
What's that?
Sea bags, a company out of Portland that takes old sails from ships and stuff and makes bags out of them and stuff.
Like handbags.
Canvas, yeah.
That's wicked
yeah.
cool. Do they have the history of it with it or?
No, I don't know if you know that, but they're pretty big. They're not expensive. They're not cheap, but you get what you pay for. They'll last forever.
Really?
This company making floor mats and dog toys out of old lobster ropes.
Damn.
Which is awesome. So they're recycling those.
Yeah.
This girl Addie Pete makes these really cool floor mats. My friend Tom from Maine the Handrails has been killing it with fire pits
Okay.
and stuff like that. He just made these. He has a CNC machine, so he cut out of 1/2-inch plate steel these huge bears. Like this bear that's like 8 feet tall, and you can put a fire in the middle of it.
That's sick.
He's doing cool stuff. Danny Burns, Augusta guy.
Yep.
He does awesome chainsaw carvings.
Yes.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, we got one coming.
So yeah, if anyone.
So my dad has one from here
does
too.
he?
Yeah.
If anyone listening, artists or craftsmen, come see my wife Ashley and those guys. We want all the stuff from people like local that make stuff.
Oh yeah, so you're looking for people that are
We're
extremely
always looking
talented.
for artists and craftsmen.
Like
put
a-
stuff on consignment or whatnot.
Yeah, like a teacher we had in high school is a wood carving
Oh,
guy.
cool.
Phenomenal. Like he's just killer. Yeah. So that's cool. So that's kind of you go in there and you never know what you might find, but there's going to be a lot of cool
Exactly.
stuff and
A lot of stuff you see on the TV show, and people love that.
Oh man,
And it's all made by local people,
Yeah,
which
a lot
is
of it's
awesome.
made by
that's
local people.
huge.
What's crazy is that some people like the show's as it's evolved. People have given us stuff, and we like this company called Maine Vibes.
Yeah.
Friends with my cousin-in-laws, and just coffee mugs. So we put coffee mugs on a back shelf in like season 2. You wouldn't believe the calls. At least 50 people have asked.
You never know.
Where do you get those?
Yeah, you never know what they're gonna want.
And
So
they're right
weird.
in the background.
Right.
It's so crazy.
That's so cool. So through the show and through all this stuff, you must have had some pretty cool experience offered to you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Like
we've been very lucky.
Like I'm talking like to meet people that you probably never thought you'd be able to meet. Like who's the coolest person that like? Have you met anybody that you kind of looked up to?
Well, I was on the Dan Patrick show. That was crazy. Yeah.
So were you live?
Yeah. So Dan, and I was more nervous about that than being on TV or anything. I love sports. I'm not an athlete, never been called an athlete, but I love sports. I like sports radio. And Dan Patrick and all the guys, Paulie and Fritz, all those guys, they love the show. So people be like, "Oh my God, they're talking about Cabin Masters," and my phone would blow up.
Of course.
But they're talking about it.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know how to contact them for a while. I didn't know my Instagram and all that.
Yeah.
Or like doing the @ thing and the hashtag thing.
Yeah.
So I was hearing that for a year or two, and finally somehow we made more direct contact. And he's like, "Hey, you want to come? You want to be on the show?" And I was like, "Sure." So I was like, called into a phone interview.
Yeah.
And I was so nervous, but it was awesome. And like they like the show, and like they've done a lot to help promote us.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Who else? Rutledge from Rutledge Wood from the car.
I'm not. familiar.
They do the car show. They did like 3 of them. They drive the cars. And they test cars out. There's a European show and
Top Gear?
Yeah. So come to find out, he loves the show. He's been reaching out to me, like talking to me and stuff.
Yeah.
Like we want to do like a co-branding stuff.
Oh wow.
So maybe
That's
we get
awesome.
to drive some sick cars.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
We traded a roof for an old Unimog.
Yeah.
Like a Mercedes Unimog. So I
Yeah.
was like, let's do something with this. But just a down to earth guy, and love the show and reached out to us. So it's been a wild ride.
It's crazy how you meet these people and you think that they would have some big ego and they just don't. You know what I mean? They just
like us, people see us and think we're like, "Oh, you're famous because you're on TV." Like, I just got lucky. I'm from West Garden, a carpenter. Like most people, But some people get a bad rap, I think, from the media.
Yeah, definitely. And maybe they catch them on one bad day. Maybe you have maybe you just lost $30,000. You know what I mean? And someone's like, "Hey," and you're just like, "It's not the time." You know what I mean? That's probably a tough thing to deal with. But I know, most people, they yell at you on the street. You're, "Hey."
Oh yeah. Like the hardest thing is you lose your privacy.
Oh, I bet.
But to me, I feel like I owe it to these people have made us successful.
Yeah.
They love the show. It's the least I can do for them.
100%.
And when you can see the reactions from just talking to someone, that's pretty lucky. You make someone so happy to giving them the time of day.
And you never know the cool thing they do.
Oh yeah, everyone has a story.
Yeah, and you're like, wow, I wish I could do that. Like, that's cool as hell. You know?
So they probably have the similar feeling that you had talking to Dan Patrick.
Oh yeah, totally.
Just getting amped up.
Yeah. It can be tough though. Sometimes going to Four Corners at I'm out of milk for my coffee at 4:35 in the morning. It's hair's going everywhere. Maybe I had too much to drink the night before, hungover.
Yeah, and the girl's like, "Look,
right,
look who it is."
Oh yeah, or hadn't showered in days. Someone wants to do a selfie. It's like, well, it is
at your own risk.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't rub up on me.
Exactly. It is what it is.
Yeah,
I think that's why people like our shows, because everyone's like, "You're just down to earth." I'm like, that's us,
Yeah, you guys haven't changed it up. It's still like, oh, I'm dressing this way because this is how I do it. And
I think the main part of that is being from Maine. Maine is a small state. We can be the way we are. We're not going to change.
And it's not about you. It's about the show.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like, who cares what he's dressing like? Who cares? To an extent, I'm sure.
Right.
I mean,
to us, it's more about representing Maine.
Right.
We're stewards of Maine.
That's big. Because everybody has this persona. Like, I went down to visit family in North Carolina, and they're like, "Oh," joking around, obviously, but you guys have power? You live in igloos?
Oh,
you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I mean, it's
these preconceived misconceptions.
We got power a couple years.
We're all guilty of it.
Oh, of course.
Everybody stereotypes. I mean,
Yeah.
We all do by mistake, you know. But
You have to. I mean, you kind of,
It's part of life.
Yeah.
well, and, I mean, the stereotype really is just a notion of like, what do you think? You know,
Right.
what do you think in your head?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
they've never been, so they don't know. So you can't hold that against them.
Yeah, we just, case in point, we just traveled to Africa, so you
Whoa.
have all these ideas. You'd love it, all the animals and stuff. Like it's just, I was thinking about.
Oh, I saw those pictures.
crazy.
Those you were staying in those house like.
Yeah, we stayed like safari camp.
Dude, that was the craziest thing. Like,
It was amazing.
how like, did you know what to expect?
No,
Flying
that's
in?
what I'm saying. Like, you kind of stereotype because I was like,
Yeah.
You think so? On the plane, I was like, do they eat vegetables in Africa? No, because you never see gardens, you never see green fields.
Yeah.
Like you see United States, you see amber waves of fields of green, wheat and stuff. And you have these ideas, and we get off the plane, and there's fields everywhere and agriculture everywhere. I'm like, oh, I'm a dumbass.
Yeah.
I would be thinking, how much am I worth?
Right. Well,
Because you hear about this stuff.
oh yeah. Oh, totally.
So you're like,
Totally.
so
Wait, you have those ideas,
all right, Yeah, tell me about it. I need to know. So you land.
So we land, and like first thing we're driving through beautiful fields of agriculture.
Yeah.
And then a lot of coal.
Okay.
Coal plants. And the other thing is trees. SAPI stands for South African Portland Paper International.
Okay. Oh,
So back
wow.
150 years ago, someone was smart and planted all these trees like everywhere. Up sides of mountains and down, but the tree industry is, forestry industry is huge.
Down there.
Down there. But you have these ideas about the Serengeti and all this and stuff you see on TV and the Lion King.
I was gonna say the Lion King.
And it's all different, like first thing I asked my guide, do the lions sleep at night? He's like, no, lions don't really sleep. They just hang out.
Right.
But that's preconceived ideas that I had in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get off the plane. Like, was it as like me thinking I'd never been? Obviously, I'm thinking poverty. Was it like that, or what?
That's a great question. There was, we drive by shanty towns, but it was developed. Like the thing I've learned more I travel is that we are so much alike.
Right,
the world
totally.
is so much alike. Yeah, you see poverty, but then you see a KFC.
In Africa?
Oh yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, McDonald's.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
The world's not as different. We're not as different as you would think. And again, not to trash the media, but back to how media makes people look.
Right.
Like, no, they had all kinds of technology. They had stuff that we didn't have. They had.
Yeah. They're
I've
just
been in
people
Italy,
at
and like
the
they
end
had
of
bullet trains. The public transportation was way more advanced than here.
Oh, big time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't travel. Like I never traveled till I met Ashley and her family. They've always traveled.
Right.
Like I'd go out west and go skiing. That was my idea of traveling. Like, go out west, go ski in the winter, and come back.
Yeah.
Or go to a concert in the summer and come back. And they've got me in the last 6-7 years. Once a year they do a trip.
Yeah.
And it's opened my eyes to a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah. So, were you in the bush?
Yep, we were in the
Big
bush.
time. So like.
Yeah.
So how long from where you landed was your ride to where you were at?
It was about 5 hours. We were outside of Kruger National Park, and we could not leave. So it was really cool. We had these tent platforms. We all had our tents.
Yeah.
I mean, it was glamping. They were nice, like tents.
Gotcha.
All on walkways because of the snakes and stuff like that, and then a main lodge.
Whoa.
But when the lights went down, you couldn't leave your tent.
Why?
I wouldn't believe in
Hyenas, lions, cougars.
Seriously? Did you try though?
No, I didn't.
You didn't.
It was crazy though because
Don't bring me.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd see them the animals just phenomenal everywhere.
It's the snakes. I can't deal with.
Yeah.
God. And there's so much
Like all the other little stuff you probably can't even see.
Oh, the bugs.
Yeah. No.
I mean,
Mosquitoes are bad enough. I
pterodactyl
can't even
bugs.
imagine.
yeah, huge. There was some big bugs there. Like when you go you have to go up to Maine General, and you go to a travel nurse, and all this stuff, and you get all these shots and stuff.
Yeah.
So I went up, and this nice old lady, like, we need 4 shots. She's like, some people like alternate arms. Some people like, pay more to have the pills, you don't have the shot. I'm like, I'll put up my left arm, it's not my hammer on. She'll be like, oh, you'll be fine. I wanted to kill her the next day. I couldn't lift my arm off. Like, I mean, it hurt.
Yeah.
It was about $800 in shots to travel
With insurance?
with insurance.
Yeah, so that was a pretty penny.
But back to the whole, it opened my eyes up, and the more I travel, the more I realize that people are the same. The world's the same.
People
people are kind. People are nice. There's bad people.
Yeah.
One bad person, can can make everything look bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I mean, so was the whole trip a safari, or was it more things that you?
Yeah, so it was cool. We broke it up. We flew to Dubai. Actually, we stayed in Dubai for 3 days.
How sick is that?
It was unbelievable. I mean, you see a Porsche, and it's like a Volkswagen in Maine.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
And then you'd be sitting on the corner, and you'd hear that exhaust.
Yeah.
Maserati would go by, Lamborghini. I mean, just the technology. It's unbelievable.
Did it seem like was the culture different because of just the money flowing around?
And again, you think Dubai, white Americans. I felt safe. No one looked at us. No one batted an eye at us.
Right.
And Ashley, my wife's like, oh, because all my nieces have blonde hair, blue eyes. Oh, we're worried about them. People didn't know we were there. Couldn't care less.
That's cool.
People were nice. It was
In Dubai, you guys are broke. They
No,
don't care.
broke.
Yeah.
I mean,
more poor people. All right.
opulent. It was
Yeah.
unbelievable.
So the buildings and the infrastructure must have been incredible.
The building, the Burj Khalifa, the highest building in the world, was
Yeah.
just amazing. So you go out to Vegas and they have the fountains.
Yeah.
So they had a fountain there, but I mean, of course, they 10 times up
Yeah.
Vegas.
You probably see
So-
it from space.
Oh yeah, yeah, you totally could.
Yeah.
So they do the show, and then you look up, the whole building has LED lights in it.
Oh.
I mean, the whole building's an LED screen. It was just,
Whoa.
it was over the top.
Do you have all this on your Instagram or anything?
Some on my Instagram.
Yeah.
So that's when I actually started my Instagram game. So
Oh yeah.
I just started Facebook. I'm 45 years old.
Yeah.
Kind of got into social media, and I was like, gotta do Instagram. So I started doing Instagram more, and I started then. Like, I've been doing my story and stuff. And,
Yeah.
I mean, it really.
Dubai's a good time to start.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. There's not a shortage of stuff.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. That's insane. So you went to Dubai first,
Yeah. So,
and then you decided to go.
So it was Dubai. So we flew 14 hours to Dubai, which was hell.
Oh, I bet.
I hated it.
Yeah.
And then 9 hours South Africa, and then we drove up to Kruger. The flight back was
From there.
So we flew from Kruger to Johannesburg,
Yeah.
2 hours, and then from Johannesburg to Dubai. So we're going back 2 hours in the other direction as well. So the time changes are all messed up too.
Yeah.
And then the last flight was Dubai to Boston was like 15 hours. I was.
And then you got to drive home.
And it's
I
hard
could-
to sleep on the plane.
I couldn't do it again for a while,
Yeah.
but it was worth. It was worth it.
So did you see anything wild on the safari?
Oh, we saw everything.
Did you see anything get?
We saw lions,
Mauled.
hippopotamus. We saw some hyenas eating something. Yeah.
Whoa. And
It's all
and
right.
these weren't like tamed. by
No,
any
no, no.
means.
Elephants.
You were out there.
You were out there. I mean, you could be eaten.
What were you in for a vehicle? Was it safe?
Oh, so that vehicles are so awesome. So we had these Land Rovers, and I'm an old Toyota guy.
Me too.
So it's the FJs is off the FJ40s. Well, you could buy them new there.
Yeah.
FJ60s. They were all
So annoying.
safaried out. I know. So we were in a Land Rover, and it sat 9 people, and it was tiered. So as you go, the seats go back, and you step up, so people in the back could see the highest.
Yeah.
But I took so many pictures of truck porn. My wife's like, stop taking pictures of Toyotas,
Yeah, yeah.
Land Cruisers.
Who cares about the
the
animals?
snorkels and stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
If they were here, I'd be on it.
Oh yeah.
It would be the vehicle.
And it's so weird, like the price of a vehicle. Like you could buy a brand new FJ40 over there for like 35, 30. Just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
You're right.
But then you try to import it, and they
100
can't do
grand.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks because they're the best vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if I bought one now, I would never need another vehicle.
right.
You know what I mean? And it's probably why they don't
And
want.
you can
it.
do anything you want.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hey.
these things go anywhere.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, I had an FJ60.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no money back then. And I love that thing. And half the time I had to pop the hood and squirt gas. So I had like an old ketchup bottle with gas in the carburetor to get it, and it had all the vacuum hoses. I mean, now I'm like, oh my god, I could have fixed that and done it. But when you're growing up, when you're 20, you
don't care.
can't
Just
afford
making it
anything.
work.
You go get you're in college, you get your money for your beer and whatever else.
That's all that matters.
And that's all that matters.
Working for the weekend.
Yeah, working for the weekend.
That's all that matters. So you guys are in Africa. You saw all that stuff. That's like a once in a lifetime trip.
It was once in a lifetime.
Do you think you guys will go back, or do you think you'll just be like next place?
I don't know.
There's so many places to explore. You know what I mean?
So many places to explore. It's like, I went to Vegas the first time, and then you travel anywhere for the first time, and then you learn about it. Then you go back, you learn more. You know, And I found a bunch of places I'd like to go back to. Like, I used to always just go do ski vacations.
Right.
As about getting older, though, I'm all about the warm weather.
Right. Did
You know,
Ashley go with you to Vegas?
No. We've gone to Vegas a couple times for business now.
I feel like she'd need to keep you under control.
Yeah. It's actually the other way around.
Yeah. Really?
I'm the morning person. She's the night person.
Oh,
Yeah, we
no
just-
kidding.
Yeah, opposite schedules.
Yeah. I feel like you're like me and you wander. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh, yeah, I'm a wanderer, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, okay, guys, you guys are having fun over here. Cool.
Yeah, I'm
gonna
looking
go
at this,
see,
the architecture,
and then I might
checking
meet
stuff out.
some dude and end up
No,
somewhere.
you guys are busy. I'm just gonna go.
Yeah,
here
we're
for a
wanderers.
minute.
Nothing wrong. What do they say? Not all who wander are lost, right?
Yeah, that's right. I like to explore and ask a lot of questions. So yeah. No, Vegas. We're supposed to be going to Vegas in December, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. There's a big competition out there, but I don't know if we're gonna.
Oh, that would be awesome, huh?
Oh yeah, $100,000 cash grand prize.
It's a weird world, though, like travel and stuff.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I have a elk hunt I'm going on in Oregon in September, and I'm gonna drive
Yeah.
just because I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I agree with that. Like, you read the numbers, and you're like, it's 0.006%, like, wow, whatever.
Yeah.
But then you do read, like, somewhere mid-40s dies. Like,
Yeah,
it's just weird,
it's super
It's
weird.
it's health versus economy. It's an unknown. Like,
And I've never seen that part of the country, and I feel like I just don't want
Oh,
to
you gotta
fly.
drive.
I don't want to fly over it. And maybe I'll be really kicking myself in the ass when I'm driving and just. But I think it's a way home. I got some buddies in Wisconsin. I got to see it. We flew to Colorado, and I'm like, what's in between?
right.
Yeah.
I miss road trips like that. As you get older, you can't do that. You can't pack the car up and do the old road trip.
No.
I think I drove to Colorado 4 times.
Yeah.
In college, stuff and going skiing, and back and you had no money.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to do it.
I think so.
Meet
Sometimes
people.
that makes the trip.
Oh, totally.
The things you see along the way. It's like,
Well, yeah, and I feel like as I was growing up, it made me who I was. You're gonna run out of gas, or your
Right.
your tire's gonna blow up, and you're gonna need help, and you're gonna go meet some old timer. You're gonna be scared. I think it'd be the nice people in the world.
And now you have a friend in a new town.
Right.
And you can always call and see how they're doing, and you never know where it's going to bring you. So that's the coolest part about that kind of thing. I feel like flying is just a little too safe.
Right.
Everyone sticks to themselves. No one, well, let's get this over with. Don't talk to me.
yeah, oh, there's other people on my flight. Man.
Yeah, that's it. You really do see the true people in flying airports. People are not nice. They
No,
want
it's
to talk and like.
Business, and it's like, well, it's just a conversation. Even if it's with the lady checking you in, how are you doing today?
Right.
They're like, why are you asking me?
It's like being mad. It takes so much energy being mad.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
And like, why would time goes faster if you're talking to people? Like, I never thought that. Like, to me, it takes energy to not talk to someone. Like, just sit there and be in my own little world.
Yeah, I know. It's a tough thing, and it's like you see that a lot on social media. Just people just dogging, and it's like I don't really have a lot of time to interact with people, but when I do it, I don't want it to be like, why are you being a dick?
I love social media. I see there's a lot of benefits in it.
Yeah.
Like seeing old friends.
Yeah.
Seeing friends, kids. Like people you can't spend time with.
Yeah.
But so many people hide behind it.
Yeah,
You know.
double-edged sword, big time.
Yeah.
And I like seeing when people are doing good. Like
Right.
when like you guys post something cool that's new, or my friend or a friend is doing something cool, like they're on a trip. There's so many people that are like, oh, must be nice to do that. And I'm like, good for you. I am so glad you got to go on that vacation because nobody takes the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so many people, like, God forbid they have a little break or they get to do those things.
You gotta.
It comes from hard
You can
work.
work yourself to. You gotta take time for yourself.
It's reward and luck. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like sometimes you get lucky. You guys know. I mean,
we're very lucky.
yeah, it's like that just happened to line up after you guys have probably been working your ass off for who knows how long, and then boom.
But so many people have worked as hard as we do or harder and not got lucky.
Right.
That's why we're trying to, we trying to like focus on Maine and help Maine businesses out and do as much as we can.
Well, you guys plowed through, and now there's a stage, and you can kind of say, hey, look at this guy. You know what I mean? Rather than just be like, a lot of people would do what you're doing and buy these companies out and then offer them in your store rather than highlight them.
Right.
And I feel like that's really important to keep their drive. You know what I mean? And you guys are like, I don't want to own you. Like,
No.
Yeah,
We have our niche.
Yeah.
right, and if you were to get like if that you would lose your drive if you're like Ryan, you're gonna work for $700 a week, and you're gonna work 70 hours, and you're gonna like it. You're gonna be like, okay, this
Well,
ain't happening.
It kind of goes like I always feel like successful businesses can work together. It's not necessarily competition.
No,
You know, like you guys are successful. You know, you guys have some people down the road.
Yeah.
It's gonna draw people here.
Yeah.
totally.
People gonna check you guys out, check the other guys out.
Yeah,
You know, it can be stronger as a community.
As a community, yeah.
You know, everyone in the same field working together. You know,
and even in different fields, like it's like now you know who to call.
Right.
Oh, I got this. Well, Ryan probably knows somebody that could do this for me, or has a hookup, or he needs something from me, and like just like pooling all your contacts to when you need it. You know, you can. Someone's glad to help you, rather than being that dude that nobody wants to help.
networking's huge.
It's huge.
And that's like one thing about social media that's good. It helps you network. Like
Yeah.
social media, the thing I love about social media, it's allowing these craftsmen and artists to build their business. They could have done that before.
No.
You know, the lady making, you know, rope mats or something. She never would have had that clientele driving by her shop in
Yeah.
back roads of Waldoboro. But now she's worldwide. You know, we're all worldwide. You know, and some people take more advantage of the other. You know.
And I feel like it's important to know the story behind that logo, because it used to be the logo is the most important thing. How catchy is it? But now it's like, who cares about the logo? Now you're hearing from, why did this guy do this, and what did he have to do to get to this point?
Building the brand. It's all about the brand.
Yeah.
And I feel like the more Maine people that know where to spend their money and why maybe it's a little more, they're gonna do it. I just feel like, you know, they're gonna like everybody in Maine right now has the same idea as like, where can we spend our money? Because when you spend your money locally, you make more money locally.
Right.
That's just the way it works. You know what I
Trickle
mean? I'm waiting for someone to open a local Hannaford type of thing.
Yeah.
All raised, grown here. I mean, it's like it's coming.
I go to Fuller's a lot. Fuller's is, you know, it's small scale, but
I love Fuller's
yeah.
Market. I mean,
their meat market, like
my cousin works there. I mean, a lot of my family has worked there. I've known the owners. They've known me since I was a kid. And it's like, I don't care if I can get it cheaper.
right.
I go to Weston's. I mean, I don't care.
It's fresh, no.
And it's like I'm supporting my neighbor.
Yeah.
I'm not supporting, I don't know where the owner of Hannaford lives.
I kind of feel though like this area is making a resurgence like that. You
Yeah.
know, kind of like that European style where you go buy your meat from one person, you go buy your vegetables
Yeah.
for something. Like the co-op and gardeners coming up, you know,
Yes.
coming around, and like farmers markets coming back around a lot more. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of good energy, I think, in this area, and a lot of younger people are staying here now. I
Yeah.
think, you know,
Yeah.
and like Maine's the oldest state demographically in the nation. You know, the average age is like 70 or something.
Yeah, I know.
But I think it's starting to slowly, you know, change.
I think it totally is too. And like, I think that's one of the greatest things is when I turned 21, you couldn't buy a microbrew. And now
Right.
you can't buy Bud Light.
And you might be able to buy, like, what was it, Gary's?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But,
That was the only one,
Yeah.
probably.
but now you go to Mulligan's and there's 30 and there's one pack of Bud Light. You know what I mean? It's like, that's the coolest thing to me. It's like, it's all Maine. Maine.
Well, I mean, and you know, in your industry, too, it's amazing what that's done. It's all craft now, like,
Big time.
big time.
And I think, I'm proud to say, I think we're going to be one of the only states where corporate is not going to be able to run in and steamroll.
Because people want to know where it's coming from, you know, what's in it. Like,
Yeah.
Maine
I think that's
people,
the same for the food too.
Yeah.
Maine people don't make a lot of money, and they're very picky where they spend. And they want quality. They want that old school LL Bean thing. Remember, like lifetime warranty.
Oh, yeah.
Who's doing that?
But I think people will spend on stuff that's going in their bodies. You
That's
know?
what I'm saying.
Big time.
Yeah, definitely.
Big time.
Yeah, and you know, support it. Like you see that dude that, you know, puts money into the local baseball field or playground. You're like, I'm buying his stuff. You know what I mean? You're just okay. Let's do this. You know, you see the local guys because they care. Their kids go to school here. You know, and that's where they're gonna put their money. I mean, a lot of the local people aren't really worried about making $1 million. They just want to make a difference.
Well, you can't put a price on happiness, you know.
No, totally. And I feel like for some reason a lot of people in Maine have become successful all at the same time. In the last 5-10 years, people are just, I don't know what it is, but it's a lot of everything.
I think in Maine, success isn't determined by a dollar amount. You know,
Right.
if you have a nice spot for you, your significant other, your animals.
Yeah.
It's not simple life, but it's like what's important.
Right. You just want to be kind of left alone, hang out with friends, do what you want to do, and then the rest is. It's like I heard on a podcast. It's like everything other than being comfortable past, like I'll take care of this dinner. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Just so you can go out. Oh, here's the bill. Pay it. I'm comfortable with it. That's anything past that just doesn't matter. And that was from a dude that's a millionaire, multi-millionaire. He's just like the rest of it doesn't matter.
Right.
It's not worth chasing.
Focus on what's in front of you.
It eats up too much time.
I think the whole Corona thing, though, I think that's going to help people. Like, people are slowing down and putting values,
Yeah.
on stuff closer to home.
It really sucked for me because my mom is a nurse and my sister's a nurse. And when it first, there's so much unknown. Like when this whole thing first started coming out, it's like my mom was like, I don't feel comfortable being around your babies. And I'm like, this is the weirdest thing of all time. And when we can all be together again, it's going to be... it got to a point where I looked at my wife and I said, it's not worth it.
Well, that probably killed your mom to say that, but she was trying to protect your family.
It was so much unknown at the
Right.
time, right? Yeah, so, when it first came out, like, everyone's going to die. That's what everybody thought. Like, everybody is going to die.
I sound like I'm an anti-media basher, but back to that, like, you didn't know, like, you read all this stuff, it's like...
Well, that's the thing. You flip from one channel to the next, you're getting a completely different story. So
Right.
what am I supposed to do?
And you
That
don't know what's real or
information.
fake. I mean,
No clue.
we've all fallen for that before, like...
You can't not. You see it, and you see, like, these... supposed people that know what they're talking about that should be giving it to you with all this info, and you're like, oh my God, is it legal to lie about that?
Right.
It's kind of weird that it's legal to lie about some of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It seems kind of crazy to me. But I think, like, podcasts and stuff, that's why they're important, and I feel like that's what the media really doesn't want. It's just like, how are these people really thinking? You know what I mean? Like, talk to a nurse. What's actually going on in the hospitals?
Yeah.
Because my mom was like, I haven't seen anything. I mean, I know it's a small hospital, but, you think, you'd see a lot more and stuff. And I know it is a serious thing, but I don't know. It's a crazy thing to not know the truth.
Right.
And it's very, very unsettling. And I feel like when people can get back together, like Friday, Saturday night from now on is a party.
Yeah.
You better hang on.
All right.
You know what I mean? And I feel like it's going to be more of come to my house, not
different
not
type
me
of
to,
party.
not
though.
me
Be
to
at
step
home.
Stepping out and taking my mask off.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and I just feel like people are gonna take those ones that are like really true and close to them and just get them all together, and we're just gonna be like, this is gonna come around again, and
Right.
maybe next time it's actually gonna be really, really serious.
Right.
So let's get like in Africa. I don't know if you saw any or heard about like some of the serious like Ebola shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like imagine that here.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and they're still dealing with that. The AIDS epidemic has definitely been curtailed a lot, but they still, there's all kinds of educational stuff there.
Right.
20 years after like the peak, or how many years it was.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy. But I mean, I think we're coming out of it. I think
so.
everything's getting
Seems
better.
like it's turning.
And I think like the local people and the average Joes, you call it, are not falling for the BS anymore, and we're kind of like, I don't really care what you have to say. You need to prove now that you're truthful.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's nice because people are the lower people, if you will, are kind of like grouping together, and it's making the community stronger. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome.
The world is gonna be a better place after this.
Yeah.
I think so. I think it's gonna really be a good thing. So if people, swing in, what's the address again?
915 Western Avenue.
915 Western Ave,
Manchester.
right on the corner.
Puddle Duck and 202.
Yeah. And are you gonna be live airing episodes soon? Are you shooting?
Yeah, so we're gonna start filming again. I think 2 weeks, and those will air in the fall. We have a tasting room coming up.
Oh, that's
so
right.
yeah, we'll have beer and wine. We're building a huge patio right now. We got a food truck there. It's gonna be fun. We'll have cornhole, bocce ball, outdoor seating.
That's the first in Manchester.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Manchester needs something.
Manchester has nothing like that.
We're in trouble.
It's gonna be fun.
Oh, it's gonna be a good one.
But you know what? It's gonna be. place we can like everyone go down and meet and network, and just hang out and
Hang out, have a good time.
release some steam and
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what this town needs, and that's so cool. I mean, that is
there's a lot going on in Manchester.
it's up and coming. I mean, there's going to be another one at the marina.
Yeah,
the one
Travis
Travis
and those
Mills
guys,
is doing. And like you said, it's an up and coming little town. It's pretty cool.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see all the young people, like we were saying, that like us just coming around, the new breweries, and
I think Mainers are starting to realize that this whole like we need to be funded by out-of-state money thing is not as true as you think it is.
Right.
We can handle ourselves.
right.
Yeah.
You just need to come together, spend your money locally. Everyone will do better for it.
Yeah, Maine's always been hard working and creative, and
Big
it's nice to see it happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have a date for opening the tasting room, or
We don't. I was on the select board meeting last night, and I was told within a month, so
so
probably mid-June, mid-July.
keep up with social media, and we'll make sure
Yeah,
to
watch us on
repost.
social media.
Yeah,
Check out our. We have a new YouTube channel now. Our podcast is on there.
What's that called?
From the Woodshed.
From the
From the
woodshed.
Woodshed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so we'll make sure to share when that's going
Yes.
to open, and hopefully opening night will be there.
And vice versa.
Yeah, absolutely.
Co-branding and doing all that good stuff.
Yeah, this was a good time. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you guys for having me. It's all great.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. Cheers.
Cheers.
Whew.